This is an overview of the work we did to our Funfinder Shadow Cruiser T016 travel trailer. This whole thing started in motion when we went camping last time and the roof caved in around the air conditioner unit. There was a leak there and it held water and it just poured in. So it was one of those projects that you didn't really have a choice about. If you were going to use it, you had to fix it. So what we decided to do, because of budgetary constraints, well, first off, we called to get a quote on putting a roof on it. And the guy said, I want to say $6,000. And considering that we didn't pay that much money for the camper, we decided we'd figure out how to do it on our own. So what we did, and excuse the caulking job, that'll have to be redone. But we priced out the rubber top, and we ended up having one of those last minute epiphanies, putting on a metal top, which I thought, you know, those cargo trailers, they have a metal top and they work out just fine. We did not do this. This was already done when we got it. This not great white caulk job. Also, I did not put stickers on this thing. I can't stand stickers. But anyway, so what we had to do with that was rip off the old rubber roof and rip off any of the wood that was underneath, and then the ceiling inside the camper. Take off the air conditioning unit, take off the awning, and completely rebuild the top. So instead of the little 2x2s or whatever they were, the little tiny boards, we opted to go with 2x4s, and instead of something about like Luan wood paneling, we went back with plywood so that we would know that it was sturdy. So that's the top. Like I said, put we could have had the sheets bent, but we went with just for cost purposes, we went with straight sheets and had a little bend on the corner, a little 90 that wrapped on the corner, and caulked all that down. And we decided, since it made the top a little bit larger, we did not put the gutters back on just yet. We're going to watch and see how that works out. But anyway, you can see it's screwed back, it's screwed on around the side. Another thing we did, this camper was equipped with a shower on the back and a shower curtain. Now there you can see where the metal's tacked down. You can see better from this angle. It was equipped with a shower curtain, had a shower, something we'd never used, something that got in the way. And so, for cosmetic reasons, we took that out. I took the faucet that was on the back, and you'll see more about this in a minute. Took the faucet that was on the back, took it off, put silicone or Lexan, whatever it was, around it and put it back on upside down so that it would not leak. This camper also had, I think it was retrofitted with some sort of straps with a storage pipe for the sewer. That leaked this corner here, so we took that off as well, and we took off the shower head. So that's what we've done to the back of it. Let's see if we've done anything over here on the side. Up in there so you can still see the metal roofing. Next, we fixed the handle. The handle was loose. Not loose anymore. Worked on the door because the door didn't close well. Still haven't gotten this whole situation straightened out with the screen door, but we're working on that. Like I said, we still have several small things that we need to get done. Okay. First thing we wanted to do was to take out the bathroom. This camper had a teeny tiny bathroom. The door was about, I don't know, the door may have been a foot wide. And it had a small wall. It had a toilet, a Thetford toilet, that sat on top of a tiny tub and a tiny black water tank, which did not work for us. The toilet was unstable, and you couldn't, like I said earlier, the door's so small, even our child could not get in there. So what we did, we took out the wall. I framed everything in with new molding, put in a shower rod, curtain, and from the dark gray down was where the tub was before, so we fixed that. We put in our little cassette toilet in the place of it and put down tile on the floor and trim that in. So we've got that now that's so roomy compared to not even being usable at all. We've got that. I'm sorry it's so tight in here, it's hard to show. Added a mirror because the leak was in here in this corner, this back corner from the faucet outside. So we had to rip that faucet out. And in doing that, we'd also decided, there was a shower head here. We also decided to take out this shower head and just completely do away with that. Do away with water on this end of the camper. So we found this mirror as a solution to cover up the holes in the wall. It works well for me. And the cushions were outdated, faded, and ragged. And so my mother was nice enough to recover these for me. And I made white curtains to go in here. I wanted to filter the light and give us some privacy, but at the same time I still wanted it to be bright. This camper by its third owner had been painted with anti-slone gray chalk paint. So I was okay with that. So I tried to find things that would blend with it color-wise. And I was also trying to do this on a budget. So what we ended up doing, we went to a little discount store in town, and they had these really thick linen curtain panels. They were from Target. And I bought 3 of those, and they are what we used for the cover. And I also bought yoga mats to help with a little bit of cushion underneath the bed and underneath the cushion. And here they are. Just for a little extra cushion. We replaced the refrigerator. The refrigerator did not work, or if it did work, it didn't work enough to feel safe about trying to keep food cold in there. We went with a residential unit, just a little small. I think it's 3.5 cubic feet fridge. Little Walmart special. We'll do what we need. It's slightly larger than the fridge that came in the camper. So we had to enlarge that. This is something that we have not finished yet that we'll be finishing soon. We have screwed it in by its leg. I don't know that I can show you that. Nope. It's screwed into the cabinet itself so it won't move, but we want to get this trim put on so that it looks nice. Another biggie with the roof replacement was we had to replace the ceiling, because we basically took it down to the point that you could stand in the camper and look out and see the blue sky. So with that, all the lights had to come down. And I want to go to LEDs in here, either the bulbs or redo the fixtures, but we didn't have a chance to do that. And we took down the AC. The entire thing was this bright, horrible yellow. And I painted it, spray painted it white to go with the ceiling, which is just wood paneling. And we found out it was less expensive to buy wood paneling. I know it looks a little different, but it was less expensive to buy wood paneling. And this way it would already be painted, primed, ready to go, than to try to buy the Luan paneling and then still have to buy paint to prime and paint it. So we put this in, got the air conditioner repainted. I had to leave that ugly part because it had the controls for the air conditioner. I don't like that, but you know, you do what you have to do. This whole front section, I guess you'd call it like the bulkhead. It was painted a really, really dark blue, almost like a navy blue, which was, it made it look like a shoebox in here. It was so just tight. And so I painted it a bright white. It's Sherwin-Williams bright ceiling white. It doesn't really look like it right now because of the shadows in here. It's a really overcast day. And then I added the white curtains in here as well. And the other big thing we did to change the floor plan in here, this was the dinette. And we decided, because we eat, the majority of the time we eat outside. We don't eat in here anyway. We took out the dinette and built a bed frame underneath. I don't know if you can tell. I'll try to tilt it up. Out of 2x4s and 2x6s. To serve as a permanent bed frame. It goes between the seats of the benches for the dinette, because we didn't want to make it so that we couldn't access the hot water heater or the freshwater tank. I'm sorry, the freshwater tank or any of the storage, just in case we needed it. And it's also removable in case we decide in the future we don't want to have that. And then this is not really any change to any of this. The little stovetop and the sink, other than, like I said, the obvious of it all had a ceiling put over the top of it. But it's been a hard month, I can honestly say. This is our second project like this. We rebuilt a fifth wheel. The floor was gone in it, so we redid the floor in it. It was a 27-foot Dutchman, like a 25th anniversary edition or something like that. We redid it. It was rotted from the ladder on the back halfway to the all the way to the front door. This was not as bad of a project as that, but my husband told me this is the last time he'll do this. This is his last hoorah with redoing a camper. But there's so many little things that you don't think about that you have to do because of this or because of that. If, you know, it's all connected. Like the fridge, after we took it out, we realized there were no screens between the vents and the cabin itself, the camper itself. So there were like 10,000 dirt dauber nests and wasp nests built inside the cabinet with the fridge. So we bought put screens over the vents to keep that from happening again. Cleaned all that out, cleaned out the old fiberglass, put in new styrofoam insulation, just little stuff like that. You get in here and start working on one thing, and then you realize, oh, by the way, I've done this and now I have to do that. So it stretches on. It's one of those things where it's like the snowball effect. It just sort of adds and adds and adds and adds. But the floor had already been changed out in here, so that was not something that we had to do. Just bought a rug to go in to kind of go with the gray theme. So that's it. This is the camper rebuild 2018. Again, some of the things we did. New bathroom. New roof, new ceiling, new fridge. Worked on some of the outside. And as I said, we still have a few things we want to work on as we go. My next project is to get these sticker residue off here. I don't know why people stick stickers on things. And we need to trim down that caulking on the roof so that it looks better. But that's it. A couple other things. I want to get a new jack, because that jack someone tried to take off with the jack hooked on. Been it. Need a cover for the propane tanks. Just little things like that. And then we'll have it the way we want it. And honestly, I plan on keeping it forever and ever, because I don't ever want to have to do this again. But if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. And thanks for watching.